I just love that song.
I
I
know,
do.
I do too.
Intro video is so good, and I love the fact that I get to see the guests behind backstage bobbing their head to the music. They're enjoying it too. I'm digging it. Yeah, I just love that song. Anyway, good. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to Reinventing with Jenn. Oh, right over there, right, right over there, and me, Sid. How was your week, Jenn?
It's been good. I cannot complain.
It's been cold. I can complain.
It has been cold. I am tired of the cold. I'm ready for some warmth.
It has been like below zero weather here,
Hmm.
like sub-zero here. So the
Here
kids have
too.
been all off of school for 3 weeks, and it's like,
Oh,
no,
have
3
they
weeks. I'm
really?
sorry, 3 days. 3 days. I mean, I
Mm.
take it back. 3 weeks. I'd done been bald. I'd pulled all my hair out. But 3 days so far, he's been out of school. Noah's been out of school, so yeah, I'm ready for spring. I'm ready to get on the
I
bike.
am
I'm ready to hit the road. I'm ready to get some spring on.
I'm ready for
Road trip.
spring. The only caveat is in Oklahoma, spring means tornadoes, but I'll be honest with you, I'm just ready for something 50s, 60s, I'm good with. I'm just tired of negatives and 15s and zeros. I want warmth.
I
I'm
want warmth
tired
too.
of this.
I
I'm
agree with
tired
you.
of having to drip my faucets all the time to keep my pipes
I
from freezing.
support this message from Jen Norman. Hello, Scott. Good evening to you. It's me. How are you doing? Good evening.
Hello, Scott
George,
Tiberius.
well, how are you doing? Good to see you. Let me get back to these comments. Hello. Monica. Hello, how are you doing? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. Tonight, I'm super excited about tonight. I've been trying to get this band on for the last couple of years, just as things have been just kind of going one direction to another. Finally got to the point where all of us, the band, myself, you all could be at the same place at the same time, have a sit down chat with this band. I've been a fan of this band for a few years, 2 or 3 years, ever since I heard Miss Jenny slipping some lines on the microphone and listening to Antonio Anthony playing some drums. I just loved them ever since I've heard them. So everybody, please welcome to the show Jenny and Anthony from Saving Jackie.
Hi, everyone.
Yay!
Welcome to the show,
Thanks
guys.
for having us.
Thanks for having us here, Sid.
Thanks you for showing up.
Ken,
It wouldn't be a show tonight if you guys wouldn't have showed up, right?
You, man, it was almost one of those situations where I didn't look at my schedule, and they scheduled me to work overtime, man. But they canceled it because of the weather, so we're good.
Yay! Thank
it
goodness.
worked out.
Yeah.
Can y'all see my camera on? Because I don't see y'all.
You don't see us?
No.
Oh no! Well, we see you.
That might be a good thing. You probably really don't want to see. You probably don't really want to see me, really, to be fair.
No.
But of course, it's a show. If a show, there would be a technical difficulty. So maybe Jen, after we have our little brief talk now, an introduction, we get playing the video break. Maybe you can leave, come back, and see if it'll fix the problem for you.
Okay, cool.
Technical difficulties
Always.
averted. So welcome to the show, you two.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself. Starting with Anthony.
How you doing? I'm Anthony, and I'm the drummer from Saving Jackie.
My name is Jenny, and I'm the vocalist of Saving Jackie.
And brother and sister. We can't forget that.
Yes.
So,
my big sister.
Was it you two growing up? Was there a sibling rivalry?
No, not really. I think
It was for me and my sister. It wasn't until we got into our teenage years we actually started getting along.
Yeah, bro, I was like, honestly, I'm older than my sister, so I was the big brother. I was big bad brother trying to scare away all these guys that were trying to talk to my sister back then.
I bet you was too. I bet you put the bandana on and everything too. the shades. I bet he did the whole works, didn't he?
Uh,
Baseball bat in his hand,
The
slapping
white
his
biker
palm.
shirt.
What are you doing talking to my sister? We
My
better get-
my
Ooh.
brothers did that too. I had two big brothers, and everybody was scared to even come near me because they're like, "Oh, my brothers are 6'4" and 6'5".
Oh, wow.
Nobody talked to me.
I won't talk to you either. Your brothers, right?
Yeah.
So you two growing up, was this something like this band Saving Jackie Now? Was this kind of like an idea for you two growing up as children?
No, it was. I was between bands, and I wanted to try something new, something different. So I saw after my a band I was with broke up. I saw my sister performing. We would support each other. You know, I would see her with her rap groups, and she would see me playing with the rock bands. And I was at a show that was really packed for my sister, and I saw the crowd kind of interacting with them, and I I saw as I was seeing my sister, I had that vision, right? I need to jam with her. And then she had a partner with her, another friend of hers. So after the show, I came with them. I think a day or two after actually a day or two after the show, I came to them and I'm like, "Hey, y'all want to jam in a band?" They're like, "Sure." You know, it was me, me and my old bass player from the previous band. We got together with my sister and the other vocalist, and it just clicked. We didn't know, honestly. We were just kind of like, I guess you could say, free jamming, improving, and it worked out. We got together with a guitar player, and we were Jackie on acid before, not Saving Jackie Now, but yeah.
Jackie
So
on acid.
I have to ask, where do you get the name Jackie?
It was with the guitar player we brought in. We didn't have a name for the band, and he's like, "Hey, well, why don't y'all think about what do y'all think about Jackie on acid?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "Jackie on acid."
Yeah, it sounded
Um,
cool.
Bro, that's a pretty cool name. I told him nobody at the time we all just drank beer.
No one did acid.
But we thought it was a cool name, and
Yeah.
we we formed the band using Jackie on acid, and 5 years later we broke up, and then we got back together. But we wanted to use the name Jackie in homage to Jackie on acid.
Gotcha.
So how did the saving come into play?
Something more positive for the audience, right? We didn't want to use Jackie on acid because most of a lot of us have jobs now, and
I can remember there was a point in time. I'm a lifelong gamer, so I came very long time ago. I came up with one of my old gamer tags was actually sit on acid.
oh really?
That's funny.
Right?
Yeah.
So Sid approves again. Sid approves this message again. You got some. So when you guys hooked up in the beginning of this whole, and how long you guys been technically together, like as the band,
Saving Jackie or Jackie on
or just you guys together doing your thing together?
like with both bands, I think we got a total of 10 years off and on. So we were like late 90s, early 2000s, we were Jackie on acid. And in 2019, we got back together and we're Saving Jackie. So the original members from Jackie on acid are me, my sister, and the bassist. So that's about half the
Have
band.
you guys kind of kept this same kind of vibe that you guys have now? This rock, metal, rap mix? Has it always been? Yeah.
I want to say so. Yeah.
Now, was it hard for you to adjust to that different style of drumming? You played in more traditional rock bands, so breaking it down for beats for Jenn to be able to rap to. I mean, that's a different kind of a little bit of a different style for you, or no?
I think I grew up listening to a lot of R&B with my dad. You know, my dad. So a lot of the beats for the R&B stuff, like a lot of Motown. That's what I grew up on. I think a lot of the Motown stuff really is you'll hear the influence. I guess when you really listen to my beats, it's got that upbeat Motown had back then. And then of course, I was listening to some rap groups as well. Rage had just come out, and
Man,
God,
wasn't that just like a phenomenal band?
yeah, they were, man, dude. We would love to play with those dudes. Those dudes are
311.
311 was another great band too. I love them. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
them a couple of times. A little bit of a people probably gonna hate me for saying it, but a little bit of a boring show. But
Really?
yeah, it was a little bit boring. Just like people get mad at me when I say I went to go see Typo Negative and I about fell asleep.
Are you serious?
Wow. Really?
They were tough to bear. I mean, you're going to a concert, you're hyped up because you're. For me, it was opening up for Pantera one
wow.
show. So it was Pantera. You're gonna go see Pantera, and then Typo Negative opens your show for you, and that's slow, gothic type, organs playing. It's just like, whoa. I mean, that's when I went back to. I about fell asleep until I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull a Nikki Sixx and I'm gonna catch my pant legs on fire during the show. And they kicked me out for doing it. I had to go change.
You're serious? You did? Do
Yeah,
that?
I did it. Yeah.
when Sid says he did something and it sounds outrageous, he did it. He did
When I
it.
was younger, there wasn't too many things that I wouldn't do. I just had this dedication. I'm 50 years old, so I grew up in the 80s. So what I think is cool about what you guys, Saving Jackie, you guys are a Christian, right?
Yeah.
Rock, metal, rap band. I grew up listening in the 80s to like the original OGs, like bands like Stryper.
Yeah.
That was like to see the evolution of the music and how it's changed and adapted. And now it's like a lot of bands like yourself are up here, like mainstreaming it now. It's nice to due to bands that I grew up to, like Stryper, Petra, bands like that I grew up to as a kid, seeing the evolution of that to now. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for Saving Jackie.
Yeah, well, thank you, bro.
Well, I'm just saying because the 80s was kind of rough.
80s was really rough. The 80s were really rough. The 80s were really
A lot
rough.
of the guys looked a lot like women, and it was cool what Stryper was doing, but how much of it was an actual show? You can tell what you guys are doing is sincere. That's why I'm saying thank you, Saving Jackie.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
And I think we should play some music now that I've formally said hello and introduced you as the band and individuals. We're going to take a brief music break. We're going to come back and we'll talk to Jenn and Anthony about some of your influences and how you're taking these influences and incorporating them into Saving Jackie.
Yeah.
But until then, we're going to play some Breaking Doors for you. So stay where you're at. We'll be right back with Saving Jackie.
I wanna change more, I wanna climb.
Welcome back. I didn't realize that I took her off stage and didn't do nobody else. What kind of host am I, Sid? Shame on you.
Can you
Anyways,
can you see us all now?
Yes, I can.
Yay! It's a lot easier to talk to people when you can see them.
Yeah.
all right. Welcome back, everybody, to Reinventing with Jenn and Sid. And we're hanging out with Saving Jackie, Anthony, and Jenny. So, Breaking Doors was the song that I was DJing at the time. I think it was XRP radio at the time. And somehow, some way, I got in contact with that song right there, Breaking Doors. And that did it for me right there. I was sold on the song, the energy of the song. So I'm curious, Jenny. We'll start with you. What were some of your childhood influences? I'm curious to know because your stage presence, where's the influence coming from? That where's where's this coming from?
I grew up watching MTV. So I'm 48 now. So like it was just constant, just videos back then. And would watch like all the dancing stuff, like Janet Jackson, right? Just all the 80s and the 90s. And I love to dance. And then I slowly got into rap music like Tribe Called Quest and Chub Rock and like a lot of the old stuff, KRS-One. And I just love the way on how they would flow and how they would play with their words, the way they would rhyme things. And I just got into that. And I slowly got into like writing poems, writing how I felt, and I started off dancing for groups, for rap groups, and I slowly got into rapping. That's what I did. So I just kind of joined like my dancing days, kind of a little bit of that with my whole stage.
There's definitely a presence to you. There's like, okay, this is infectious. And so I was just really curious about where the influences come from for that stage presence. Is there some like a pre-show like ritual or hype up that you do with yourself before you go on to stage and perform?
To hype myself up.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Anthony, you do it right. Is there like a pre-show ritual that you do to kind of get yourself pumped up for the show? Are you just such a ball of nerves that none of that really matters? You just get up there and just do your thing.
You know, I don't know, man. I think but I like to talk to people to kind of get my mind off things. And then I think that's my ritual, right? Is talking to what if we have friends at the show, friends or whatever, right? Friends, family, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I like to just break ice with them and talk, and it just gets my mind off, I guess, the nervousness, I guess, for a show.
So what were some of your earlier influences? Like, who was little Anthony jamming to that kind of inspired him to say, I'm going to pick up the drums and I want to play for a rock and roll band?
Bro, I heard Jump from Van Halen, man.
And that was it for you, huh?
1984, man. I had to buy the album, bro. I bought Jump, and then it went from there, man. I bought all kind. I was in all the
the hair bands.
I can imagine Anthony having his hair teased up in the back in the day, leotards, leg warmers, the tight leather jacket that was 3 sizes too small.
Yeah,
I can see Anthony dressed up like that back then too.
No, well, long hair, but I was kind of torn between being a metalhead and a preppy dude. So,
oh my gosh, the style must have been horrendous back then.
I was no, a lot of the females loved Anthony.
Well, he
know,
does have like a smooth kind of like charisma about him, doesn't he?
you
He's
know,
wooing me right now.
I don't know, man. I think the look I had back then, yeah. But yeah, dude, I loved Van Halen, dude. And then of course Striper was a favorite band of mine back then too. And it just kind of went from there, man. It was like a whole lot of different songs. I don't have one specific band, but Van Halen is what really got me into what I'm doing now, I think.
This show is about reinventing one's life, however may shape or form that may be. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. What was the defining moment where you said, I need to reinvent my life. I need to make these changes, whether it's going to church, asking God back in your guys' life. What was that defining point in your life where it's like, you know what? I need to reinvent the direction that my life is going. And I need to find these changes to the point where you guys are now, you guys as Christian band now, but it wasn't always that way, was it? So there
No,
had to be a defining moment in your life where there's got to be a change in my life.
you know, man. It's when I got my divorce with my kid's mother. I think it's what was that defining moment for me. We got divorced. I went down this hole, man, this bad place, and my mom was real worried about me because I was, I was married, and I went from being this wild guy to being married and settled down, and then I'm getting divorced, and I'm going back to being this wild guy and doing other things that I wasn't, you know what I mean? Even wilder things, I guess you could say. So my mom was kind of worried about me, and I remember her.
Uh-oh.
Dun dun dun.
We're all just waiting.
Let me get the drama music. Hang on here. I know I got some. Here it is. Well, I guess since he had been disconnected, Jenny, we'll go with you. Was there what was your like defining moment? Were you like, my life has to change? I have to shoot for a different direction. I need to find my happy place in life again.
Mm. Well, I grew up in church. But I grew up in church and I didn't have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, right? With God. And so, I just went to church just like on certain days for like Christmas and, um, and I just did my own thing. I just had my own life and I lived it and I drank a lot. I was a big alcoholic and I was a little young when I had started drinking and I always had these older friends, right? And they, would buy the beer or buy the wine coolers and I would drink. So fast forward, you know, um, being being in the other band was really good, but it was a lot of just hurt and a lot of pain that I was just writing, just a lot of hate, and I drank a lot, so I kept fighting this whole thing with
No, it's her turn.
wanting to live and not live is what I just kept battling at that time. And then back in 2002, I had my daughter, and I just knew at that point, like, man, like really got to make changes. This whole drinking thing and the whole like staying out late, being angry, and all of that stuff. Like I don't want her to pick up on all of that. Um, and then my mom was like, hey, there's church, let's try church and let's go and stuff. And I said okay, and ended up going. And I just felt this feeling that I've never felt in, in church before. And I just got like hooked on Jesus Christ, but it was different this time. And I had just felt that peace that, that I was searching for so long, doing the shows, doing countless shows with countless groups. Like, it didn't do it. Drinking didn't do it. Men didn't do it. It was Jesus Christ that did it for me. And then at that point, I had gotten saved, and single mom, had to make some real tough choices, and started going to school again, trade school, just trying to get my life back. But I never would have thought that I would have been rapping in a band like this again, ever. It's just like,
And here you are.
blows my mind.
And here you are rapping for a band again. Sorry, Anthony.
Okay, I can't hear you, Sid.
Great. You might have to leave.
I can't hear anybody.
Come back.
Can you hear
Leave.
that at all?
Hang on. Don't you just love technology?
When it cooperates.
Yeah.
There we go. I typed a message in there for you. All right, Anthony. Since everything wants to go horribly wrong all at one time, apparently, let's get back to your conversation. Sorry I had to go to your sister, but
No,
we got you now.
Me?
Yeah, I think with me it was kind of the same thing with Jenny. I guess I just had enough of just having enough. I guess you could say, right? And I went to church, and that's when everything started changing for me. But I had, with my situation, I quit playing. I stopped playing for years, for about almost 10 years, and then the pastor at the church asked me if I would play for a men's fellowship, and I'm like, what? He was, yeah, I heard you're a drummer. He's like, and then he says, I heard you're good. I'm like, well, I don't know about that. I told him.
He's like, yeah, I am. Yeah,
I did, but
I've been told.
Played during that time. I hadn't played almost 10 years. It was almost like riding a bike, man. You don't forget. So, but I remember playing at that fellowship, and I remember everything starting, and I remember when we finished. I don't remember the in-between stuff. It's like I kind of blacked out playing, and but I thought that was something unique. I knew that what I was, playing. I knew that playing again was gonna be different. So yeah. So I started little by little. I was buying drums, and I started playing again. And then of course we got the band back together after that.
Got the band back together, and we all have a story, right? We all have like a journey we all go through, and we all come to that defining moment. Each story is a little bit different, but each story is very important. There it goes again. There it goes again. Every story is just as important as the next, right? Just told a little differently. And I thought it'd be nice, to share a little bit of your guys' story of what was that defining moment that changed your life to, I'm going to pursue this career, this music career, and push this message out. So thank you for sharing with us, Jenny. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know how this band was gonna form and how I was gonna write or anything like that. But my spouse George was like, you know what, like, I think you should share your life with people, and let them know what you battle with daily. And I'm like, I don't know, that's a little, like, I'm a real quiet person, and I'm stuck to myself, I'm just real quiet, but on stage it's different. Like I'm just more
You
like
can almost, there's an alter ego aspect to it when you're hopping on that stage. I mean, right? I mean, just like
it's
with me,
different.
it's like there's a different vibe to it. There's almost a sense for me like when I used to perform an alter ego would come out of me when I get on. All that fear, all that anxiety that I had prior, I would go on the stage and there wouldn't be none of that. All it was like I was a totally different person altogether. Like there was no fear. I was not worried about anything. There was no anxiety. I just let it all go. I just let it flow.
Yeah. Stage is fun.
It is. But I was telling Jenny earlier, I want to say thanks, Anthony, for sharing a little bit of your story about, that defining moments. I want to say thanks for sharing, because a lot of times it's tough for people to talk about things that's happened to them. They don't want it. Sometimes it'll trigger them. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes people will take the tragedies and traumas that's happened in life and be able to flip it and use it as a tool to help others. And that's what I try to do. That's where a
Yeah.
lot of my focus is. I've been through a lot in my life. I put myself through a lot in life, and maybe some of what I do will shine a light on some things and give some people some hope and maybe inspire them to keep pushing.
Yes.
I was an addict for a really long time, and I've been clean for a little bit longer now. I've been clean for about 8-9 years, but I was really bad for a really long time, and I didn't know who the heck I was. So I had to come to that defining moment. People were leaving,
Yep.
dying on me. Everybody
Yep.
was dropping like flies, and I'm seeing
Yep.
myself strung out, the only one left, in a dead end marriage. No way to get out, no way to, and that was my enabler of my addictions was my wife. So me being able to find that courage to escape and try a new life, it was huge, and it's a defining moment. Just like you guys was sharing with us with the drinking and all the partying and stuff that was going on, you came to that. There was a defining moment in your life that you're just like, you know what, enough's enough. I'm going to become a better person. So thank you for both of you for sharing your stories. Maybe that'll inspire someone who's watching this now or later.
Cool. Thank you.
But since we had all the fun out of the way, we've got some more music videos to play. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. We're going to play one more for you guys from Saving Jackie. It's critical. Before we start this video, let's talk about this video. The beginning of this video seems a little deep, but I'm trying not to read too deep into it. Is there anything about this video you kind of want to talk about before we air it? Like the meaning behind it, the song, what's up?
So the only thing that pops in my head was that it was a hot day when we filmed it.
My underarms were stinking as I was singing.
My hair went bloop.
It was like 104 degrees, bro.
Ooh, that is really hot.
Yeah, we're on a rooftop, and
Yeah,
Oh, so you can add about another 20 more degrees on top of that,
yeah, for sure.
on top of a rooftop.
yeah.
So what's the song about? Like the beginning of the video, if anybody's not watched it, I'm trying not to give too much away, but that beginning of that video, do you remember the beginning of the video, Jenny? You were sitting at the doctor. She's like, no, I don't remember.
She's like, I just remember it was hot.
It was no, so I think it's when I walk in to talk to my doctor.
It was a doctor scene. You got some sort of information from the doctor. It didn't seem like it was good news.
It was sucky news.
And then Anthony was in the lobby, and you came out and gave him that look, and then he kind of gave you that brother hug, like it's going to be all right. So, what's the meaning behind the song? Then was there something that happened in your life that inspired this song? Inquiring minds want to know.
So I had cancer back in 2020, and so I had to have like, I think I had 4 outpatient things done, right? And so, yeah, I had to go through all of that. And then we had to film videos and take pictures and all of that stuff. But yeah, when I was told that I had cancers when I wrote that song. It's critical. And the chorus says, rise and fight for your life. You're a miracle. Rise and fight for your life. It's just like, it's really deep, you know, but it's fighting through what is said on your life and not taking it to heart, right? And not making that your home, and just using that, fighting to live and wanting to be my best. So
There is a sense of when you get that kind of news that you want to give up. You're just
yeah,
like it's not that
it's
you
great.
it's not that you want to hide it, but you don't want to accept. And there's also parts you don't want to accept it as well. So having to accept that, okay, I got that. I mean, it's not. There's no real good way to process that.
Yeah,
There really isn't.
being married, having children, making this band, and I'm like, oh no, and now I have cancer. Like, what's gonna happen? You know, we just started this band. So yeah.
And she gets cancer, and she's worried about the band, Anthony. That tells you where her spirit's at, right?
I
With
love our
saving
band.
Jackie, saving Jackie.
I'm a drill sergeant for bands.
No, like really, like I'm always there. Like I had torn my knee and I still did shows with my torn knee with the knee brace. I'm always there.
That's
I like
dedication.
You're a trooper, but there is a certain mental obstacle that you have to get over, and there is a sense of wanting to give up and not wanting to fight. Well, I got cancer, and you think cancer, you associate it with death, right? Like, well, my number's up. This is it. This is my time, and so you really have to fight
but I'm not
through.
going out like that.
That's
Yep.
exactly right. You have to really fight and tell yourself, I'm not going down like this. I'm going to keep going until I take my very last. But there is a challenge to it. So, bravo to you, because a lot of people don't have that inner strength. So seeing you and hearing you talk about it possibly could give a lot of people out there strength. So, she did it, and we know how tough it is, and she overcome it. We can too. We're going to take a quick musical break, guys. We're hanging out with Saving Jackie, Anthony, and Jenny. Stay where you're at. This is Critical. We'll be right back, everyone. Welcome back, everybody, to Reinventing with Jenn Sid. That was Saving Jackie with It's Critical. I couldn't even sound that cool as cool as she sounds saying it. Do it for us. Say it's critical for us, Jenny.
It's critical.
See, there's no way I could have ever made it sound that cool. There's no way. Great song once again, guys. Great song, great video too.
Thank
you.
you.
I just had to know. That's why I asked beginning of the show what was going on at the time, because you could tell that there was something. There was that emotion in that video that you could tell that it carried on to that video, and you felt that sincerity in it. So I had to ask. Hope I didn't get too personal.
No. That's fine.
So we're getting close to the end of the show, so I got a few more questions for you. Like, I like to know personally, Jen, first of all, I like to know if you got any questions you like to ask the band. I'm just sitting there gabbing on and on and on and not even giving you an opportunity.
No, you've covered pretty much everything.
I try.
You've
I
got it
do.
all taken care of.
I do. I want to know where does Saving Jackie see themselves in the next 5 years?
Wow. Hopefully playing more shows and more festivals and new music.
Speaking of new music, you guys got any? Is there any like inside treats that we can know about? Like, is there anything coming up that we should know about?
We're in the studio now. We're finishing up. We got to finish up some bass and some vocal tracks, and we're done.
Did I hear correctly? Vocal tracks.
Yeah.
So we need to get on Jenny then, don't we?
What?
No, she's good. She's good. She's very punctual.
Not on me. It's John. It's John, our bass player. Mine's done already, Sid.
Oh, yours is done? Dang it, I can't get on nobody, can I? It's just not going to happen ever for me, is it? I cannot.
That's a good
slow
question.
anybody.
Scott's asking, what is it like being in a band with family?
That's a good question.
I agree.
What's your
I
answer?
would probably kill my brother, so I don't know how that would work out.
I think from the beginning and now, I think everything's been. In the beginning, it was there was some things that I wouldn't do around my sister that I would do around the other members. Stuff. Just different things. But now, no, we're pretty tight, and yeah, there's nothing I hide from myself.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun. We both do a lot for the band. We work well together.
Good. That's good.
It's good.
There's no like button of heads of ideas, nothing like that, nothing to spark creativity.
Yeah, we don't.
Not bad.
Not all the time.
They're like, now that you mention it.
I mean, let's be real. Some of the greatest songs started by a conflict, like ideas not exactly meshing or gelling well together. There has to be moments like that that's when the real magic kind of like pops for you guys, right?
Mine's always with health.
I think with
health.
I like especially being in a band like Saving Jackie. I'm a hard worker, and I'm a go-getter kind of guy. And she's my sister, so sometimes I can be a little hard with my sister. Hey, come on, we gotta do this. What are you doing? How come you're not doing it now? You know what I mean? Like,
well, I can understand that. It's hard to. Well, it's hard. It's hard to find. It's hard. It's been hard for me at least to have people around me that match the same energy that I have, the same ambitions, the same drive that I have. So I can totally relate to that, Anthony, because you're always going to be, if you're anything like me, you're always going to be in this 120%, and the expectation for everybody else has got to be 120%. It's something that I have to work on myself. Like not everybody's going to be like me. Not everybody's
and that's a good
dry.
thing, right?
It can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing as well. There's a flip side to that coin. So that's
Yes.
why I can relate to Anthony a bit with it, because it can end relationships as well, friendships, because of your standards is not being met with people that are around you. And how long do you allow those low standards to be around you with your standards? The energy's got to match. If the energy doesn't match, it's just not going to work.
Yep.
And why linger with it? I'm not a lingerer kind of guy. I call the shots and I say like it is, I guess.
He's a hard ass.
I try not. I try not to be, but you go through a life, and you worked real hard to get to where you're at in your life.
Yeah.
Your personal journeys itself. You know, going through addictions, this and that I've gone through. Now I hold a standard of the people that I have around me now.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have poor judgment where I trust people when I shouldn't, but that's just me trying to believe in the human spirit as well. Looking past what they believe in, what the religion is, but try to see the human side of them, the human aspect. And I try to do that. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it doesn't.
we've had some people come and go.
It is what it is, you know. But here we are, reinventing every single day our lives, every single day.
Yep.
But saying the show must go on.
The show must go on, and what's broke, fix it. And that's what this show is really kind of. If it's broke and you know it, fix it and move on. I want to say thank you guys, Saving Jackie, for hanging out with us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure having you both on.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
Seeing Anthony's smile, seeing Jenny's smile has lit up my evening. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Sid.
You guys been great guests. Love your guys' music. Can't wait to hear what's coming out soon. If you guys are not following Saving Jackie right now, it'd be the most opportune time to go over on Facebook, because you're already here. Go over to Saving Jackie, give them a like, give them a follow. Go to the YouTube page as well. Smash that subscribe button, and go like some videos. Watch some like the ones we just watched tonight. It's critical. It's right there on their YouTube channel. Go give it a watch. Until next week, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. I'm going to leave you guys with one last song for the evening. It's something that I made up this week, so I figured I'll close the night with it. This is my little alter ego, Mirrodin, and this is videos from the song that I wrote and video that I made. Love you like I do. Guys, until next Wednesday, Saving Jackie, thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
If you guys hang out backstage after the show, I'd like to say official goodbyes to you.
Okay.
Hang tight, guys.
Thank y'all. Bye,
you guys have a great night. We'll catch you guys next Wednesday.
You've only seen just a glimpse of me.